Back at Altamont getting ready for the third place game of this National Trail Conference Tournament. My friend Mr. Matt Robinson is going to set the stage for you.
Well, we've got South Central and St. Elmo battling for this third place contest. Let me go ahead and real quickly at least give you the team stats from that consolation championship game.
There were plenty of stats.
Oh, there certainly was. Altamont was 20 of 48 from the field, 42% overall, but 26 of 32 from the free throw line, 81% as a team, especially with that number of free throws. And by the way, 17 of 18 in the second half of action. They really closed it out well at the line. And Altamont was 7 of 17 from three-point range at 41%. Cowden Herrick, 21 of 49 from the field, 43% there. 13 of 18 at the free throw line themselves for 72%. That's a real good number. And 6 of 21 from three-point range at 29%. Too many turnovers, each coach, I'm sure, said during the post-game show. Altamont with 23 and Cowden Herrick with 21. But Altamont won the battles of the boards 36-24. So those are the team stats. Individual numbers will be on the website as soon as we can get them up. Probably sometime tomorrow would be my guess at the earliest, with all of the NTC action going on at this time. But I tell you what, another consolation championship for Altamont. They have won the most consolation championships in tournament history, and that makes it number 15 for the Indians. They are now 15-6 all time in the consolation championship game. Let's meet the starters first for the visitors, the South Central Cougars, in this third place game. They are 8-13 on the season under head coach Rick Simmons and continue to improve throughout the year. They will start the five that's been starting all week here at the NTC tournament. Brett Harmeyer will handle the point much of the time. He's a 6'1 junior wearing number 3. He has 18 tournament points. Helping him out at the point guard spot is Jace Wilkins. He's a 5'10 senior, number 15. He has 8 points in the tournament. In the center spot, it's Noah Powlis, a 6'2 senior with 15 tournament points. He wears number 54. Dre Hill, a 6'2 junior, wears number 10. He has 18 tournament points. He gets the call at the small forward spot. And rounding out the starting lineup is Evan Langley. He's a 6'2 senior with 18 tournament points. He wears number 21 for the Cougars. He's the fifth starter for Coach Rick Simmons. For Greg Feasels, 8-13, St. Elmo Brownstown Eagles. They will start at a guard, Malachi Maxey. He's a 5'9 junior, an exciting player, wearing number 20, a Maxey tradition. He has 39 tournament points thus far. He'll be joined out at the guard spot by Cole Smithson, the 6'1 senior's number 31. He is a defensive specialist, does all the little things for the Eagles. He has 6 tournament points thus far. Starting at a forward spot, it's Brock Oberlink. He's a 6'3 junior. Brock, number 34, has 11 tournament points. The other forward is Landon Feasel. He's a 6'4.5 sophomore with 37 tournament points. He wears number 32 for St. Elmo Brownstown. And the man in the middle is Kyle Hardiman, the 6'3 junior, wears number 35. He has 14 tournament points for the Eagles of St. Elmo Brownstown. And that's a look at the starting lineup as we're getting set for third place action here at the 80th Annual National Trail Conference Tournament. We'll go ahead and take a quick break and come back with the tip. You're listening to high school basketball on the NTC on 97.9 XFM.
Niemerg Steakhouse has been appreciatively serving Effingham and the surrounding communities for the past 36 years. Niemerg Steakhouse, proud supporters of the local and area high school sports. Russ Broniker Cadillac, Buick, and GMC, located on South Route 45 in Effingham, proud supporters of our local and area high school sports teams.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside.
Getting close to 3 o'clock as we get set for action here at the 80th Annual National Trail Conference Tournament. Again, the third place game getting set to get underway as it's South Central and St. Elmo. And the officials for this one game is John Julius, Wade Birch, and Ryan Wyckoff. They will handle the whistles in this third place game. And just to go after this, the big championship game later tonight. It'll be St. Anthony and Dietrich. The number 1 and 2 seeds will square off for the tournament title.
Just a reminder, doors open 45 minutes before the championship game. It's half an hour all the rest of the week, even for the daytime session here today. So 6:45 is when you can start heading in.
So it's going to be Landon Feasel jumping it up against Evan Langley Ryan Wyckoff will toss it in the air as soon as everybody's set. Still moving around. Now they come set. Tosses up. The tip is controlled by St. Elmo Brownstown as Oberlink has it, and we're underway. They work it out top to Maxey. See what kind of defense Cougars have come up with tonight.
Just a man, I think.
I think so. Might be a triangle 2 again. They played that effectively against Altamont. They get it. Eagles do to Smithson. Open 18-footer for 2. No good. Wilkins a rebound. Outlet to Harmeyer, and the Cougars are on the attack. But St. Elmo Brownstown gets back defensively. So South Central sets it up.
They're just manning up on defense.
Wilkins moves to the top of the key to get the pass. Now off to Langley. Around they go to Hill. Hill's on the left side. Now top of the key, Palace. He's actually kind of between the center circle and the top of the key. Goes to Langley on the left side. Nobody picks him up. He's not going to shoot it from there. They get it to Palace in the corner. Now to Langley, who drives in the lane. He will shoot from inside. Shot up and good, and he gets fouled.
He does make things happen. And Smithson on the foul. First of the game.
So it's 2-0. The Cougars with the early lead. A minute into the game almost. Free throw up, no good. Fiesel snags the board for St. Elmo Brownstown. The Eagles bring it up court. They get it to Smithson in the right corner. He wants to go into Hardiman, but Hardiman's double teamed, so they skip it to Oberlink. Brock loads up for a 3. That's off the mark, but Hardiman, weak side, grabs the rebound. Gets it to Smithson. Back into Hardiman. He's posting up. Moves for a reverse layup. That shot no good. Rebound fought for. Fiesel went up, and I think he got undercut is going to be the call.
Fouls on Harmeyer. Yeah, he picks up his first, and the first on South Central.
Inbounds goes into the corner to Oberlink. Now to Fiesel. Turnaround shot from 10, no good. Hardiman, another offensive rebound. Out to Oberlink, who squares up and hits this time. Brock Oberlink gets the Eagles on the board, and we're tied at 2.
Patience that time.
And a lot of offensive rebounds from Hardiman doesn't hurt. Wilkins sets the floor, gets it over to Harmeyer on the right side, out top to Palace. Noah looking inside, nothing doing. Now gets it on the wing to Langley. Langley just holding it on the right side, goes to Wilkins at the free throw line. Maxey knocks the ball loose and gets the steal. Now he's trying to break it up court. South Central tries to recover. Maxey scoops the layup. No good. Hardiman, another offensive rebound. This time he's going to shoot it himself and put it up and in. And the Eagles are up now 4-2.
Hardiman might as well put up a sign saying this is my space.
Now a steal by Oberlink. He takes it from Hill. He's pushing it up the right side. Layup too strong. Rebound. Finally Wilkins grabs it. And a timeout taken by South Central. 30-second break with 5:41 to play in the first quarter. It's St. Elmo Brownstown 4, South Central 2. NTC third place action on 97.9 XFM.
It's NTC Tourney Week, and Tingley Insurance in downtown Effingham wishes players fast breaks, jump shots, and lots of rebounds. Tingley Insurance, a proud supporter of high school basketball.
Job Match Personnel Services supports all the area sports and wishes them the best of luck.
And we'll see how South Central approaches it when the ball comes under the basket next time.
St. Elmo Brownstown back defensively in the man-to-man as they lead 4-2. South Central works it to the left side. That's Wilkins. Looking inside, nothing doing. Goes to Palace now in the corner. Back out top to Langley. Langley from the free throw line sends it to Wilkins on the left side. Back out top to Palace this time. Posting up inside is Langley. Got the ball knocked loose a couple times, but still stuck with it. Got it to Hill. His shot no good. Rebound snagged by Maxey. Malachi brings it up the left side. Now gets it in the corner to Oberlink. Oberlink takes it back out top to Smithson. Smithson will set the floor 3 minutes into the game. St. Elmo Brownstown leading 4-2 over South Central. They go out top. Hardiman has it. Now to Fiesel. Fiesel between the rings. Bounces it for Oberlink on the left side. Now gets it to Maxey top of the key. Maxey to Smithson. Open for 3. Short. Rebound Langley. He's trying to push it up court. Now it's picked up his dribble. Had it knocked away, but got it back. And he hands it to Wilkins. Wilkins sets it up from the top of the key to Hill. There's the cutter Langley in the lane. Tried to make a move, and he lost it. Out of bounds. It'll stay, or rather it'll go to the Eagles. on South Central. Third turnover already in the ball game.
Yep, they've only had 2 shots, 3 turnovers. Not a good ratio.
So St. Elmo Brownstown works it up to Smithson. He's on the left side. Now used up his dribble, got it out top to Hardiman, over to Oberlink. Oberlink now to Maxey, who comes around a little screen, stops and pops, 18-footer, no good. Palace with the rebound, outlet to Hill. Blasting it up the right side. Now crosses over, gets into the lane, puts a runner off the glass. Oh, it spun out, no good, and Fiesel's there for another Eagle board.
That's crazy. That was, the rim's clean now.
That's for certain. Still 4-2, 4 minutes played in this third-place game. Hardiman holds it out top. Now they get it to Fiesel. Fiesel on the top of the key, bounces it for Oberlink on the right side. Now they go to Smithson. Looks underneath. There's Hardiman. Shot off the glass, no good. Rebound Oberlink, and he's trying to put up a shot. He's wrapped up from behind by Palace, and the foul occurred before the shot, they say.
Palace called for his first. That's 2 on South Central. Blockout. I just heard that from Rick. Rick Simmons says that South Central coach. Blockout.
Maxey will trigger the inbounds from under his basket. They get it in the left corner to Oberlink, out top to Fiesel. Fiesel gets a screen from Smithson, stops and pops. 17-footer good for 2.
That was pretty.
Landon Fiesel has 2. It's a 6-2 advantage for St. Elmo Brownstown.
Has a pure shot, doesn't he?
Wilkins brings it across the timeline. Got a screen. Maxey fell down, so they go inside to Langley as his man left him to pick up the ball. Now the first shot was no good. Got a rebound, tried to put it up, and the foul is called inside on SEB.
Well, Maxey's still moving slow. He didn't land well there. Ouch. Anyway, the foul is on Hardiman. That's the second foul on SEB.
Palace's free throw around and out, no good. He grabbed that rebound, tried to put it back up. Also, Langley missed, and it was swatted by Hardiman, but Hardiman got him. First free throw, no good, though. He'll try again. This one's up. This one is good. So Noah Palace has his first point, and it's a 6-3 ball game as the Eagles put it up to the left side to Fiesel. He squares up for a long 2. Had a foot on the line, but Landon Fiesel nonetheless buries it. He has 4, and it's 8-3, a 5-point edge now for St. Elmo Brownstown.
Had a tough night in their semifinal game. Boy, he tore it up in the quarterfinals.
Now a pass picked off in the lane by Maxey. He's driving it up court, and as he was taking it up, he is fouled, and Maxey will head to the line for a couple as his momentum carried him all the way out into the hallway, I think.
He's feeling okay now. Foul on Dre Hill, his first. Cougars with 3 now. 3 different kids have a foul for South Central.
Speaking of 3, there's 3 Cougars at the scorer's table getting set to check in. Maxey hits the first one, so here comes the new Cougars. Palace, Wilkins, and Langley sit. Brower, Riley, and Ratterman in. Dylan Brower, a 6'1 senior. Chase Riley, a 6'1 junior. And Ratterman, also in the ball game, a 5'11 junior. As Maxey hits the second free throw, give him 2 in the ball game, and it's 10-3 in favor of SEB. Cougars working the ball around the perimeter. Now a pass is batted away by Hardiman, and he gets the steal. Looks ahead for Maxey. Maxey squares up for 3, around and out, no good. Rebound Harmeyer, and now the Cougars are running. Harmeyer blasted up court. Ball knocked away. Smithson and Hardiman both there. Somebody's going to pick up their second St. Elmo foul.
3, 5. Hardiman, I think. Yep. His second. 3 on the Eagles.
The 2:22 to play in the first quarter.
I have South Central for 5 turnovers. I have SEB for 0 turnovers.
First free throw for Harmeyer is off the mark. No good. Eagles will sit down Oberlink, and they also sit down Mr. Hardiman. This free throw for Harmeyer is good. Gives him his first point. Flowers is in, and Kroll is in for SEB. Meanwhile, Maxey runs it up court in this 10-4 ball game. Eagles with the ball and the 6-point edge. Fiesel comes to get it. Now Smithson on the right side. Smithson looks for the cutter. Now instead goes out top to Kroll. Kroll to Noah Flowers. He's on the right wing. Back out top to Kroll. Kroll takes a couple dribbles. Now sends it back over to Maxey on the right side. Doesn't use the screen, goes away from it, gets it to Flowers. Now will lob it into Kroll. Shot off the glass. Oh, no good. But Fiesel with the offensive rebound, and Landon will stick it up and in.
Once again, SEB gets position underneath.
So it's 12-4, an 8-point edge for St. Elmo Brownstown. South Central gets it to Hardemeyer. Top of the key. Hardemeyer looks for Brower. Dillon finds Riley on the right side. Now Ratterman out top. Looking inside, nothing there. Now all of a sudden Dre Hill pops free for a 15-footer from the elbow. Dre Hill has his first bucket, and it's 12-6.
Needed that. That's just 2 buckets in the quarter for South Central.
Maxey runs it up court, draws a crowd, and draws a foul as he was trying to put up a shot. So Malachi heads back to the free throw line for a couple.
Boy, we've had a lot of fouls in the early part of this. Gavin Ratterman got the foul, his first. That's 4 now on the Cougars.
Apparently they were watching the consolation game. Maxey's free throw off the mark, so it's still a 12-6 contest. Maxey takes a few dribbles. This one's short, but there's Landon Fiesel, another offensive rebound, and now he's fouled on his putback, so Landon will head to the charity stripe once again.
That foul called on Brower, Dylan Brower's first foul. 5 different kids have a foul for South Central.
I guess that's the good news. They're spreading them around.
Mm-hmm.
Landon Fiesel's free throw is good. He has 7 here in the first quarter, and it's 13-6. Fiesel takes a couple of dribbles, puts this one up. It's good. To give Landon 8. He has 8 of the 14 for SEB to start this ball game. They're ahead 14-6, matching their 8-point advantage that they had earlier in the contest.
3 for 4 from the field, and he's hit both his foul shots.
Harmeyer on the wing, swings it around to Brower to Ratterman. Now they go to Riley. Riley had it knocked loose, gets it back, goes baseline, cut off, leaves it with Ratterman in the lane. He puts up the little floater, and it's good. So Gavin Ratterman has 2, makes it 14-8, 50 seconds to play in the quarter. 6-point lead for the Eagles. They have the ball. Just holding it out top as South Central's playing the triangle 2 on Fiesel and Maxey. So the Eagles say, fine, we'll just hold for the last shot. So we've got 30 seconds just to talk about stuff, Greg.
Well, it's been an exciting ball game so far.
Yeah, not too shabby.
One thing that occurs is that South Central hasn't fallen any farther behind. They got down 6 early, and it still sits here at the quarter break, so they've sort of righted the ship.
Now the play's in motion. Kroll out top with it. 8 seconds on the clock. They get it to Flowers, baseline to Smithson. 6 seconds. Smithson cuts into the lane. Little scoop shot, around and good. And the first quarter is going to come to a close on that Cole Smithson bucket. After 1, it's St. Elmo Brownstown 16, South Central 8. High school basketball in the 80th annual NTC on 97.9 XFM.
Bank anywhere, anytime with Go Mobile from Washington Savings Bank in Effingham. Good luck to all the teams at the National Trail Conference Tournament.
Brown's Drug Store at 115 West Jefferson Avenue in Effingham is more than just a pharmacy. Check out their Hallmark cards, gifts, healthcare needs, and more. Let our experienced employees at Ryan Furniture help you with your furniture and accessory needs. Whether it's just a chair or a house full of furniture, Wright's Furniture and Flooring in Diedrich can help. Leisure Times at Keller and Jefferson at Effingham has everything you'll need for your indoor and outdoor recreational needs. Leisure Times, where we specialize in family fun.
St. Elmo Brownstown had 17 shots in the first half. South Central had 6. It's an awful lot of opportunities, but the Eagles got that first quarter.
South Central will have the ball first, though, to start the second quarter. They work it to Ratterman on the left side. They get it out top Langley. Langley to Ratterman, looking inside for Palace. He's double-teamed, tried to get it back out to Ratterman. Pass off target, and it goes out of bounds. The turnover will give it back to the Eagles.
That was the other problem. South Central had 5 turnovers in the first quarter. St. Elmo Brownstown had none. 0 turnovers for the Eagles so far in the game.
Still the triangle, too, employed by South Central, working on Maxey and Fiesel. Now they do find Flowers in the lane, and he took an extra step with it.
Yeah.
So there's your first turnover.
My fault. I talked about it. He never would have traveled if I hadn't have said that.
South Central's going to pick up in a full court, St. Elmo Brownstown picks up in a full court man-to-man, handled well by South Central. They get it to Harmeyer, but then Harmeyer slowed down, tried to pass it out top. Maxey knocks it loose. They get it back to him. He drives for the layup, and it's good. Malachi Maxey with 4 makes it 18-8, and now a full timeout taken by South Central as they trail by 10. It's their largest deficit early in the second quarter. 18-8 the score, 7:10 to play in the second. High school hoops on 97.9 XFM.
Culver's of Effingham supports all local athletes. All teams, stop by in your uniform after the game for a free One Scoop Sundae.
Tom Henderson State Farm Insurance helps people manage the risk of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and help you realize your dreams. Contact Tom Henderson today. Morrill Shoes, Boots, and Repairs, your Tony Alauman Red Wing dealer, congratulates all the teams and wishes them the best. Stop by and see Morrill's today. Martin's IGA Plus has everything you'll need to make a great meal, from certified Angus beef, fresh fruits and vegetables, and mouth-watering bakery items. Check us out at martinsiga.com.
Rick Simmons took the timeout 50 seconds into the second quarter. His team down 10, needed to find a way to stop the bleeding here.
That's right. Same old thing. Why am I saving those timeouts for later? They're not going to make any difference if we get any farther behind.
South Central works the baseline to Langley. Nice move on the right side. Gets to the hoop and sticks it up and in. Langley with 4, and it's now 18-10.
They just need to get a stop. Eagles haven't given them many opportunities to get a stop.
6:50 to play here in the second quarter. Smithson's just holding it out on the perimeter. Now flips it to Flowers, top of the key. Flowers tries to penetrate. Got a misread Maxey. Thought he was going to go one way, passed it that way, and Maxey didn't go that way. It's stolen by Ratterman, who drives for the layup. He missed it, but Harmeyer got the rebound, and Brett sticks it up and in. So it's a 6-point ball game. Smithson loads up for a 3. In and out. No good. Flowers, though, an offensive rebound. He sticks it up and in.
Another offensive rebound. Holy cow. SEB may be setting the record in offensive rebounds.
Back to an 8-point advantage for the Eagles as the Cougars work it around the perimeter. Inside to Palace. Strong move. Shot no good, but Langley's there to clean up the mess. Evan puts it up and in. He has 6 now, and it's a 6-point game.
There's a putback in each of the last 2 trips for South Central now.
St. Elmo Brownstown gets it to Fiesel. He's at the high post. Elbow of the free throw line. Now takes it out top. Flips it to Maxey. Dangerous pass, but Maxey got to it. Double team. Leaves it with Flowers. A little runner. Forced up. Shot no good. Rebound to Noah Palace. So the Cougars can get closer and get within 4, which would be as close as they've been in a while. Harmeyer looks inside. They pound it into Langley. Shot up, no good. Fight for the rebound, and Kroll had it, lost it. Palace knocks it loose. Langley picks it up. Evans sticks it in. It's now a 4-point ball game, 20-16. Pretty good timeout taken by Rick Simmons.
And here comes another one.
Greg Fiesel wants to talk about it for 30 seconds. So with 5:14 to play in the second quarter, it's St. Elmo Brownstown 20, South Central 16, high school basketball on 97.9 XFM.
Niemerg Steakhouse has been appreciatively serving Effingham and the surrounding communities for the past 36 years. Niemerg Steakhouse, proud supporters of the local and area high school sports. Russ Broniker Cadillac, Buick, and GMC, located on South Route 45 in Effingham, proud supporters of our local and area high school sports teams.
.5:14 to play in the second quarter. St. Elmo Brownstown saw their 10-point lead go down to 4. It's 20-16. They took the timeout. Dylan Brooks is in the ball game for the first time for the Eagles. He passes it baseline to Fiesel. Fiesel on the left wing takes it back out top and hands it to Oberlink. Oberlink gets it to Hardeman back in the ball game. Back to Oberlink. Pass down to Brooks in the right corner. Brooks skips it across to Hardiman. Fakes, drives in, leans in. Shot up, no good. Rebound Langley. He hands it to Wilkins. Brooks was right there waiting, knocks it loose, and finally does pick it up. Hands it over to Maxey. He drives for a layup. Shot no good as he was contested by Langley. Now Wilkins grabs the rebound, and I think he's fouled as players are all over the place.
And when the scrum settles, a foul on SEB. Oberlin got the foul. His first. 4 on the Eagles. Wow. That was festive.
4-point ball game as Ratterman brings it up court. Gets it to Hardiman. Or Harmeyer. Sorry. Getting all my H's confused here.
It's hard to keep them all straight.
Yes, indeed. Wilkins to Powless. He's the only Powless out there. Gets it over to Ratterman. Now out top Langley. 4:12 to play in the second quarter. They go underneath the Palace. Tried to make a move, and as he did, he was bumped. And another Eagle personal.
Before the shot, though, John Julius says, out of bounds here to the Cougars. And the foul, the second on Oberlin.
Mm-hmm.
Got 2 in a row here. 5 on the Eagles.
So now Harmeyer triggers it into Wilkins in the right corner. Takes it out to the wing. Now it's double team. Pass is tipped. But Powless is able to get to it. Leaves it with Ratterman. Ratterman, a nice look inside to Langley. Shot no good. It's blocked by Fiesel. But you heard the whistle, and there's a foul from Fiesel.
Got him off his feet. Landon gets the foul. His first. That's 6 now. So the next one will put the Cougars in the bonus.
Langley's free throw is off the mark, so he can't draw the Cougars any closer. They still trail by 4. Now Smithson checks in. He replaces Oberlin for St. Elmo Brownstown.
8 points in the quarter for South Central. Langley has 6 of them. Excuse me, 7 of them.
Yeah, you can make it 7. He has 9 in the ball game, and it's a 3-point contest, 20-17. Lob inside for Hardiman, just a little too far. Ball taken away by the Cougars on SEB's third turnover, and now the Cougars could possibly tie on a 3-point play.
They have not shot a 3, but this would be a golden opportunity.
Harmeyer with it on the right side, over to Ratterman on the left wing. Back to Harmeyer right side. They get it in the paint to Wilkins. Triple teamed out to Harmeyer for 3. He hits it.
Now did I call that?
Brett Harmeyer ties the game at 20 with 3:24 to play in the second quarter.
That's a big old comeback, cause I'll tell you what, the Cougars were on the ropes there in the first few minutes.
They were down 10. Now it's 20-20. 3:12 to play. Brooks is open for 15-footer. Shot no good. Rebound Langley. Clears it to Ratterman. Now the Cougars have a chance to take their first lead since 2-0. Ratterman works against the Eagles man-to-man. Goes to the left side. Gets a little screen from Langley. Now gets it out top to Wilkins. Wilkins spins, goes into the lane. Ball knocked loose. Maxey knocked it loose. Wilkins to the floor to get it back.
That's a heck of an effort.
Got it to Langley, to Palace. Back to Langley, driving inside. Shot up. Got it to go.
He almost got too far underneath, but he leaned back to get it to go.
And now the Cougars are up 22-20. That might be close to a 12-0 run.
14-4 in the quarter, I can tell you that.
Now Hardiman baseline, turns, squares up, nothing there. Powless was right on him. They swing it around the perimeter to Smithson. In the lane, Hardiman. Jumper from 10, no good. Rebound Ratterman as the ball rattled out. Wilkins pushes it up court. They go Powless at the elbow. Back to Wilkins.
All those early rebounds, and now it's one and done for SEB every trip.
2 minutes to play in the half. 22-20. Cougars leading by 2. Wilkins trying to get inside. Nothing doing. Ball knocked loose. Maxey touched it last. It'll go to the Cougars. Down deep in the corner.
Knowles in for SEB. Hills back for South Central. Hardiman down for SEB. Wilkins down for South Central.
So they want to protect Hardiman with those 2 fouls. With 1:55 to play. Inbounds goes to Langley. Langley flips it back out top to Hardiman. Now to Hill. Gray matched up with Smithson. Fires it to Palace. He's on the left wing. Now moves to the free throw line. Gets it out to Langley. Langley over to Harmeyer on the right wing. 1:35 on the second quarter clock. They go inside to Palace. Strong move. Shot no good, but he's fouled again. And the Cougars continue to pound it inside.
I like pounded inside if you got the beef, and South Central does. And another blocking foul. They brought Knoll in, and now Brendan Knoll picks up that foul for SEB, and that's his first.
Palace's free throw is up and good. Noah has 2. Makes it 23-20, a 3-point advantage for the Cougars. Looks like Noah Flowers going to come in after the free throw if they make it. Free throw's up and good. Palace connects. He has 3, and Flowers will check in to replace Dylan Brooks for SEB.
16-4, South Central in this second quarter.
24-20, South Central with the 4-point lead. Eagles walking the ball up court. Maxey leaves it out top. That's Knoll with it. They get it to Flowers on the right wing. Flowers over to Smithson. Squares up from 15. Left that one a little short. Rebound off the front of the rim. Pulled down by Ratterman. He's played well.
Couple of boards, and he's got a bucket, too.
Walks it across the timeline. Sets things up. Goes to Hill. Spins it to Harmeyer. Left wing 3. Too strong. Rebound, though, out long to Palace. Gets it to the cutter. That's Harmeyer. Shot no good because he's fouled, and Harmeyer will head to the line. And I think Fiesel picked up another one.
Pounded it inside. The 3 was an exception, but then they got the board, and they brought it inside and pick up the foul, and Landon Fiesel does pick up his second. And they're over the limit, but, of course, this is a shooting foul.
And Harmeyer shoots it well. First one is good. Give Brett 7 in the ball game, 25-20. The Eagles have been stuck on 20 seemingly forever. That free throw for Harmeyer rattles around, but it does drop through. He has 8, and it's 26-20. SEB pushes it up court. They find the cutter driving through the lane. Shot up with the left hand. No good for Brendan Knoll, and the rebound Cougars. So again, one and done as the Cougars are doing better on the board. Hill slows things down with 40 seconds to play in the half. Now gets a screen from Palace. Drives underneath. Layup good.
Man, they're just attacking the basket, and nobody slid over for the Eagles that time to prevent that easy layup.
So it's an 8-point lead now with 25 seconds left. Maxey brings it up court, gives it to Fiesel. Fiesel couldn't handle it, but he finally tracks it down along the sideline. Takes it back out top. 15 seconds to play in the quarter.
Bet Rick Simmons is glad he called that timeout a while back. It's been a magic since then.
Flowers out top with it, finds Maxey. Maxey, top of the key, 5 seconds. Leaves it with Fiesel, a deep 3. Shot no good. Rebound taken down by Langley, and the first half comes to a close. After one half of action, it's the South Central Cougars 28, the St. Elmo Brownstown Eagles 20. High school basketball in the third-place game from the National Trail Conference Tournament on 97.9 XFM.
It's NTC Tourney Week, and Tingley Insurance in downtown Effingham wishes players fast breaks, jump shots, and lots of rebounds. Tingley Insurance, a proud supporter of high school basketball.
Job Match Personnel Services supports all the area sports and wishes them the best of luck.
Bank anywhere, anytime with Go Mobile from Washington Savings Bank in Effingham. Good luck to all the teams at the National Trail Conference Tournament.
Brown's Drug Store at 115 West Jefferson Avenue in Effingham is more than just a pharmacy. Check out their Hallmark cards, gifts, healthcare needs, and more. Let our experienced employees at Ride Furniture help you with your furniture and accessory needs. Whether it's just a chair or a house full of furniture, Ride's Furniture and Flooring in Diedrich can help. Leisure Times at Keller and Jefferson at Effingham has everything you'll need for your
Advisory Group Halftime Show. For all of your insurance needs, contact Corey McDaniel at 347-9697.
Well, the St. Elmo Eagles jumped out early in this ball game, had a 16-8 lead after the first quarter, and got up by as much as 10 in the second quarter early. But then a couple of timeouts from Coach Rick Simmons, and the Cougars came out with either a new game plan or they were following the first one better. Either way, they have taken now an 8-point lead as they are in the locker rooms as the Cougars lead St. Elmo Brownstown 28-20 at the half of this third-place game of the 80th National Trail Conference Tournament. Quarters of 16 and 4 for St. Elmo Brownstown, quarters of 8 and 20 for South Central Cougars. Cougars are led by Evan Langley. He scored 11 points, 9 of them in the second quarter. 8 points for Brett Harmeyer, 4 points for Dre Hill, 3 for Noah Pallas, and 2 for Gavin Ratterman. Dylan Brower, Chase Riley, and Jace Wilkins also have played for Rick Simmons in the first half of action. Leading the way for St. Elmo Brownstown, Landon Fiesel has 8 points, but all of them came in the first period of action. Malachi Maxey has 4, then 2 points apiece for Brock Oberlink, Cole Smithson, and Kyle Hardiman, as well as Noel Flowers. Clayton Kroll and Dylan Brooks and Brendan Knoll have all played as well for SEB. At the half, it is South Central 28 and SEB 20. This is the third place game of the National Trail Conference Tournament. Our morning started with a Stewart's and Strasburg win over Windsor, 59-45. Then in the consolation championship, just before this one, it was Altamont over Cowden Herrick, 73-61. And later on tonight at 7:30, it'll be the championship game between Dietrich and St. Anthony. Expecting a good one there, expecting a big crowd as we always get for the NTC championship game. Again, doors will open at 6:45 if you're headed this way to get your seat for the championship game between Dietrich and St. Anthony. Greg's working on some halftime stats. We'll take a break and come back and check those. You're listening to the 80th Annual NTC Tournament on 97.9 XFM.
Culver's of Effingham supports all local athletes. All teams, stop by in your uniform after the game for a free One Scoop Sundae.
Tom Henderson State Farm Insurance helps people manage the risk of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and help you realize your dreams. Contact Tom Henderson today.
XFM, let's give you some scores from around the area. Today, high school girls basketball, St. Anthony loses a close one to Paris in overtime, 50-47. Junior high school boys basketball class 8-2A St. Elmo Regional, it was Altamont 38, Dietrich 15, Oblong 41, Neoga 32. At the Robinson Nuttall Regional, it was KZ Westfield 45, Cumberland 35, Jasper County 42, Marshall 33. Also, Robinson Nuttall over Lawrenceville Parkview 42-30. That was Class 8-3A and Class 8-4A. Effingham Regional Mattoon got by Charleston 34-20, and Danville Southview over Tolono Unity 40-16. Of course, the Illini win a close one over Penn State 60-58. Let's go back to Altamont and Matt and Greg.
All right, Brian, thanks for all those scores, and also want to pass along a score. It's not actually a score, but in 8th grade regional action as well, ALIS lost in overtime by 2 to Odin. I did not get an actual score, but I was told they lost by 2 to Odin in their regional today as well. So a tough loss there for ALIS in their regional championship.
Appreciate the updates. At the half in our third place game here at the NTC, it's South Central 28, SEB 20. A remarkable change in quarters. In the first quarter, St. Elmo Brownstown was up 16-8. Now they're down 28-20. Man, what a difference a quarter makes. Eagles haven't shot the ball particularly well in either quarter, but they were getting a lot of rebounds in the first quarter, led some putbacks. They were 6 of 17 in the first quarter, 2 of 11 in that second quarter. Eagles are 8 of 28 at halftime. That's 29%. 4 for 6 from the line for 67%, but they didn't get a go to the line in the second quarter. Still just 3 turnovers for the Eagles, but they all came in that second quarter. 10 rebounds, 9 in the first quarter, 1 in the second quarter. Man, things turned around. And the Eagles have missed all 5 of their 3-point shots. South Central's at 59% from the field, 3 of 6 in the first quarter, 7 of 11 in the second quarter, 10 of 17 at halftime for 59%. They are 7 of 11 from the line for 64%. They have 8 turnovers, but just 3 in the second quarter. They have 17 rebounds. They were down 9-6 on the boards after a quarter. They're up 17-10 now on the boards at halftime, and they were 1 for 2 on their 3-point shots. Here it is individually. For SEB, Malachi Maxey's 1 for 5 from the field, 2 for 4 from the line for 4 points, and he has a rebound. Brock Oberlink 1 for 3 from the field for 2 points. He has a couple of fouls and a rebound. Landon Fiesel 3 for 5 from the field, but didn't score in the second quarter. 2 for 2 from the line, so he has 8 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 fouls. Cole Smithson is 1 for 5 here at halftime for 2 points with a foul. Kyle Hardiman is 1 for 5 from the field at halftime with 2 fouls and 3 rebounds to go with his 2 points. Clayton Cole missed a shot. Dylan Brooks missed a shot. Noah Flowers 1 for 2 points with a rebound. And Brandon Knoll missed a shot and picked up a foul. 16-4 for SEB's 20 points here at halftime. For South Central, Brett Harmeyer 2 for 3 from the field and 3 for 4 from the line. So he has 8 points and 2 rebounds with a foul. Jace Wilkins has 2 rebounds. Noah Pallas missed a shot, but he's 3 for 4 from the line for 3 points with 5 rebounds and a foul. Dre Hill is 2 for 4 from the field for 4 points with a foul and a rebound. Chase Riley knows stats. Dylan Brower picked up a foul. Evan Langley 5 for 7 from the field, 1 for 3 from the line for his 11 points, and he has 5 rebounds. And Gavin Rotterman 1 for 2 from the field for 2 points with 2 fouls and 2 points with 2 rebounds and 1 foul. 8-20 for South Central's 28 points. They went from 16-8 down after a quarter to lead it 28-20 as we start the second half.
We'll see who wins the third quarter and ultimately who wins the game as we get going here in this second half.
That is the name of the game. We're only at halftime, so we'll see what happens. Dietrich and St. Anthony got the 1 and 2 seeds right. They're playing for the championship tonight at 7:30.
Well, I just like the way South Central's been pounding that ball inside, and that's caused St. Elmo problems, obviously, with the points that South Central's put up, but also putting them in foul trouble. Oberlink, Hardiman, and Fiesel, the 3 biggest kids for St. Elmo Brownstown, all have 2 fouls apiece.
Both John Nieberg and Mark Bain talked with me about that on the post-game show after the consolation championship game, how changing their philosophy, sending the ball inside, made such a difference for both their ball clubs.
We'll see how the teams react after the half. It's St. Elmo Brownstown ball to get the third quarter underway. Maxey bounces it over on the side to Smithson. Smithson works to the top of the key. Now they get it back to Fiesel. Fiesel to Smithson. They work it back out to Oberlink. Oberlink to Smithson again on the left wing. Now he drives into the lane, spins, puts up a shot, and it's good. What a move by Cole Smithson.
Heck of an effort. Spun off one, spun the other way, and got it up and in. And that was good to get the ball inside, but mostly to get a basket. That's important for the Eagles to start this half.
SEB tried some pressure. South Central beat it. They got it inside to Langley. His shot no good, but there's Noah Pallas with the offensive rebound. He sticks it up and in.
Well, they're everywhere.
30-22 the score. An 8-point lead again.
And that was big for South Central to come right back after they got a shot given up on them, bucket given up on them.
Hardiman got it down baseline to Oberlink. He steps to the baseline, tries to drive in, and he's called for an offensive foul as he ran over Pallas trying to get to the hoop.
That's a whole lot of contact when those two collide. Hardiman called for his...
Oberlink.
Oberlink called for his 3rd foul. That's big. First on the Eagles in the half and their first turnover.
Pallas across the timelines, double team, passes batted away. Pallas tried to get it back, but he was out of bounds along the sideline when he touched it. So the turnover, South Central's first, gives it back to SEB. Inbound and right and next to Rick Simmons of the South Central Cougars is the Eagles of St. Elmo Brownstown. They work it to Oberlink across to Smithson. Smithson now takes it to the top of the key, over to Oberlink again. They look for Fiesel in the corner. Can't get it there. Goes back out top to Maxey. Now to Fiesel on the right wing. Fiesel works it to Oberlink. Or make it rather Smithson out top. Now to Oberlink. Right wing three is too strong. Rebound Hill. He'll run it up court, looking to add to the Cougar advantage. They're up 8, looking to add to it, and it would be their largest if they do. Hill still with it at the top of the key. Now gets it to Wilkins on the right side. Pops out to Palace. Now baseline, they go to Hill. Corner three off the mark. Another rebound for Palace. His shot blocked by Smithson, and then Palace runs into Smithson as Smithson would gather the ball on the baseline, and it'll be a South Central foul.
It's their first of the half. Palace picks up his second.
So, again, SEB will try to chop into the 8-point advantage. Maxey comes off a little screen, finds Oberlink at the free throw line, weaves through the lane, puts up the runner, got it to go, and he's fouled. Brock Oberlink looking to complete the three-point play at the free throw line.
Not quite sure how he fit through there, but he made it happen, and he got the bucket. That's a heck of an effort there.
I'm not sure how he got the ball up either. But the free throw is on the way and good, so Oberlink with 5, and it's a 5-point contest, 30-25.
By the way, the foul was on Evan Langley, his first. Cougars have 2.
Now Fiesel knocks away the pass, gets the steal, steps to the free throw line. 15-footer is a little strong. Rebound, Langley in the corner, tries to save it off of Oberlink and throws it behind his back. It does hit Oberlink and then go out of bounds. So Evan Langley got the rebound and saved the possession for the Cougars.
Woo! Woo indeed.
South Central looking at the full court press of St. Elmo Brownstown. They work it up court. They get it in the middle to Palace. Palace over to Harmeyer. He's on the wing. Gets it back out to Hill, who settles it down. Harmeyer again with it now on the right wing. Throws it top of the key to Langley. Challenged by Maxey, but he controls. Gets it to Wilkins. Over to Palace in the corner. Palace around Oberlink. Back out top to Harmeyer as the Eagles are in a zone this trip. South Central works it out top to Wilkins. Wilkins back to Hill, left side. Looks underneath Palace. Now back out to Wilkins.
They're not averse to getting Harmeyer out there open for a 3 against his zone.
They go to Wilkins on the right side. High post to Palace. Skip over to Harmeyer. Here's your 3. Good. Harmeyer connects again as Grade calls another one for the Cougars.
What can I say? Well, it just makes sense. Switch his zone, get his own buster, right?
33-25, back to an 8-point advantage with 4.5 to play in the third quarter. Eagles work it around the perimeter. They get it to Hardiman. Fakes the 3, and a timeout taken by Coach Greg Fiesel of the St. Elmo Brownstown Eagles. It'll be a 60-second break. We'll take one as well with 4:24 to play in the third. It's the South Central Cougars 33, the St. Elmo Brownstown Eagles 25. Third place game of the 80th annual NTC tournament on 97.9 XFM.
Niemerg Steakhouse has been appreciatively serving Effingham and the surrounding communities for the past 36 years. Niemerg Steakhouse, proud supporters of the local and area high school sports. Russ Broniker Cadillac, Buick, and GMC, located on South Route 45 in Effingham, proud supporters of our local and area high school sports teams.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Keller Drive in Effingham will find a car that works for you. Check out their selection of cars and trucks today. Crossroads Bank, your locally owned, locally managed, and locally committed bank, has 2 locations to serve you, on South Banker and on North Keller Drive.
St. Elmo Brownstown ball to inbounds along the baseline towards the corner. Wasn't exactly under their basket. They work it to Smithson. Now to Maxey. Corner 3, no good. Rebound, Flowers. Flowers steps away from the defense. Turnaround jumper, no good. This rebound pulled down by Hill. So a couple cracks at it for the Eagles, but they couldn't get anything done. Now Hill, nobody really picks him up. He just drives into the lane, stops and pops. Shot is good.
There's a 10-point lead.
And that's the largest of the ball game for the Cougars, 35-25. Maxey forces his way in. Shot no good. A lot of contact. Hardiman grabbed the loose ball rebound, tried to put a shot up, and he's fouled. Kyle Hardiman goes to the line for a couple.
Maxie's probably wondering, well, hey, how come there wasn't a foul on my shit? There's a whole lot of contact on mine, too.
Free throw for Hardiman. No good.
Anyway, let's pick up who that foul's on, Greg. Do your job. All right. Noah Pallas. He picks up his third. That's not good news for the Cougars.
He sits down. Dylan Brower's in to replace him. Meanwhile, Hardiman's second free throw is off the mark. Rebound out of bounds. Langley touched it last as Fiesel got in there, messed with the rebound, and Langley couldn't hang on.
So another chance here.
Maxey looking to trigger the inbounds from under his bucket. Gets it in the corner to Flowers. Open three from the corner. Rattles around. Comes out. Rebound Brower, and then he's fouled. There was a couple of Eagles there. It's either Smithson or Maxey.
JoJo got the foul, his first. That is just 2 on the Eagles in the half. Overlink has 3. Pallas has 3. It's only 2 kids on the floor with more than 2 fouls.
South Central handles the pressure. They get it across the timeline to Hill. Hill flings it over to Wilkins.
Or off the floor for that matter.
Get it to Brower in the corner. Back out top to Wilkins. They swing it to Harmeyer. Steps into another 3. That's a little strong. Rebound, though, Langley put back no good. This rebound, Hardiman double-teamed and fouled as South Central tried to take it away from him.
Cougars' 4th foul in the quarter. That one's on Brower. That's his second. 2 rebounds for SEB in this quarter. They had 1 in the second quarter. Man.
SEB with the ball. Still trying to find a way to get some points on the board. Here's Fiesel off a screen. Long 2. Good. Landon Fiesel in double figures with 10, and it's 35-27. Now players all over the court. South Central does eventually get it up court against the press and settle things down. Wow.
Now you want to stop after you got that basket from Landon Fiesel.
Harmeyer out top to Hill on the left side. South Central looking over the 2-3 zone of St. Elmo. And inside we've got a foul as they were mixing it up in the post.
Hardiman's the one that got caught, though. And that's his 3rd foul. So now SEB has Hardiman and Overlink both with 3 fouls.
So now Harmeyer works the inbounds to Brower. He's fouled, and it might be Hardiman again.
He was there with Fiesel. And the foul is indeed on Hardiman. Boy, that's his 4th. And a shooting foul to boot.
Dylan Brower will be at the line for 2. The first one is up. Good. Nothing but net for the 6'1 senior from South Central. And here comes Clayton Prohl in to replace Hardiman with those 4 fouls. Sorry, Greg.
No, go ahead.
This free throw up for Brower around no good. And now South Central, I think, climbed over the back.
Langley gets this foul. That's his second. And that's 5 now in the half on the Cougars.
Diesel had inside position on the missed shot from Brower from the free throw line. Langley tried to get it back. St. Elmo works it to Fiesel. Another 15-footer from the wing. Good. Landon Fiesel's coming alive a little bit. He has 4 straight points for St. Elmo Brownstown. And it's 36-29, but as Hill crosses the timeline, he's fouled.
Maxey got him. His 2nd foul. That's 5 now on the Eagles.
So again, fouls mounting up for each team. Chase Riley checks in for South Central. Evan Langley's going to get a break. Harmeyer looking, finally gets the ball in along the sideline. They handed it to Riley, and then Riley just got fouled from behind.
Flowers got him, and that's 6 fouls now on the Eagles. Flowers first.
Substitution for the Eagles. Checking in for the first time today is 5'11 sophomore Colton Miller. He'll replace Noah Flowers. Now South Central looking to inbounds from their sideline. They work it to Hill. He's out top. Matched up with Smithson. Hill takes it to the top of the key, gets a screen. They roll Riley. Riley has the ball taken away. It ends up in a jump. No, a foul.
Yeah, Riley shoved, and I was right on top of that. I can't argue that. So a turnover on the Cougars, and then Riley on the foul, his first.
Give a ton of credit to Colton Miller. He made things happen there. So now, 30-second timeout will be taken by the South Central Cougars. 2:11 to play in the third. It's South Central 36, St. Elmo 29. Third place game of the NTC tournament on 97.9 XFM.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Keller Drive in Effingham will find a car that works for you. Check out their selection of cars and trucks today. Crossroads Bank, your locally owned, locally managed, and locally committed bank, has 2 locations to serve you, on South Banker and on North Keller Drive.
Stevens.
At the timeout, Lewis Brown came into the ball game for the first time for St. Elmo. So they're running with a different group. Colton Miller, Lewis Brown, Levi Maxey, and they've got Kroll in there as well as Fiesel.
Kind of the mod squad in there now.
Lewis Brown with it on the left wing.
This is a young team here.
Yes, it is. Maxey gets it at the top of the key. Leaves it with Kroll. Drives baseline. Runner left it short. Harmeyer has the rebound. Gets it to Brower. Brower back to Harmeyer, who will bring it up court. And Lewis Brown says, I'll pick you up. Lewis Brown hounds him, but Harmeyer gets it across the timeline. 3-on-3 out there. Nice cut through the lane. There's Wilkins. He sticks it up and in.
His first shot of the game.
On that play, Malachi Maxey came out of his shoe.
But Levi had that happen, too.
Once upon a time. He was one of those kids that scored 1,000 points during his career at this tournament.
Kevin came out of his shoes once or twice, too.
38-29 the score as Wilkins got the layup. Now the ball's knocked loose from Fiesel, but there to pick it up is Brown. They get it in the corner to Maxey. Around they go to Kroll. He's in the left corner. Out top to Brown. Brown leaves it with Kroll again. They fire it underneath. Pass intended for Colton Miller. Slipped through his hands. It's picked off by the Cougars. St. Elmo's second turnover, but now they commit a foul.
Colton Miller trying to reach in and get it back. He got called for his first foul, but it's enough to put South Central in the bonus as if they needed any more pluses on their side. Yeah.
So Wilkins at the line, puts the free throw up and good. Chase has 3 in the ball game. Makes it 39-29, back up to that 10-point lead for the Cougars.
Harmeyer's going to get a break. He doesn't get many. He's going to get to sit down this last minute of this quarter, and Rotterman's back in for South Central.
Wilkins puts this free throw up. It's off the rim, no good. Rebound to Fiesel. Landon takes it up the right side as he tried to go to baseline. He's bumped, and now Landon will go to the free throw line.
Kevin Rotterman picks up his second foul, and that's enough for both of them. Everybody's in the bonus the rest of the show, and we got a long time to go. We're going to have some serious foul shooting.
Exactly a minute on the third quarter clock as Fiesel puts the first of the 1-and-1 up and good. So Landon with 13 in the ball game makes it 39-30, a 9-point advantage for the Cougars. This one's up. It's good again. So Fiesel with 14 cuts the lead down to 8, 39-31. Under a minute now to play as the Cougars bring it up court here in the third quarter.
6 in the quarter for Fiesel.
Miller is out there hounding Wilkins. He got it over to Ratterman, matched up with Maxey. Now they go to Wilkins on the right wing. Make it rather the left wing. They're looking inside for Riley. He's fouled.
Probably Kroll. Oh, yeah, Kroll. I thought they were signaling the other way.
Yeah, I did too for a second.
But since Wyckoff was right there by the bench, John Julia says, go ahead, Ryan, you report it. Clayton Kroll on the foul anyway, first. And again, both teams are over the limit. So here we go with lots of foul shots the rest of the game.
And Chase Riley at the line. He hasn't scored yet today. Cole Smithson checks in to replace Clayton Kroll. Free throw up. Riley connects. He has his first point, makes it 40-31. Now a substitution on the way for Rick Simmons. He's going to send 6'5" junior John Arnold into the ball game for the first time in the tournament. Drew Hill has a seat. Make it rather Dre Hill. Been trying to call him Drew all week. I don't know why.
I don't either. It's one of those things.
Riley's second free throw is good. Pushes the lead up to 10. South Central playing the man-to-man. Fiesel loads up for a corner 3. Shot no good. Brower tiptoes the baseline. gets the rebound, sends it to Riley. Riley tried to get it back to a teammate. It's taken away by St. Elmo Brownstown. Maxey drives for a layup. It's no good. Ball batted out of bounds, and they say it was last touched by South Central. So I think the Eagles might be catching a break here. Inbounds, tipped away by Brower, and it's picked off by Ratterman.
Smithson tried to alley-oop it over Brower, and Brower went up and knocked it away.
Now Brower has it at the elbow of the free throw line. Gets it to Cutter Riley. Shot no good, but he's fouled. And guess what? Free throws with 13.9 seconds to play in the third quarter.
Riley's wishing he'd made that layup, but he still gets a chance for two at the line here. Fouls on... No, it's not Armar. Hey, Lewis Brown picks up his first foul for SEB.
Riley's free throw is good. Give him 3, all from the free throw line all this quarter. Yeah, it'd be hard for Harmeyer to foul his own teammate, wouldn't it?
I wouldn't recommend it.
Free throw up, back iron, no good. Rebound, though, Brower put back, too strong. This rebound out of bounds. Trying to save it was John Arnold, but he was out of bounds when he made contact with the ball.
Wilkins sits down for South Central, and they run in Trevor Markley to the game. And they also sit Brown down for St. Elmo Miller for St. Elmo Brownstown.
Maxey has it, 6 seconds, drives in the lane, draws a crowd, gets it to Lewis Brown, jumper from the corner, good. So St. Elmo Brownstown scores to end the third quarter to make it a 9-point ball game, 42-33.
That's inside the arc in case you're keeping score at home.
So as we head into the fourth quarter, it's the Cougars leading St. Elmo Brownstown 42-33. You're listening to high school basketball in the NTC on 97.9 XFM.
Let our experienced employees at Ride Furniture help you with your furniture and accessory needs. Whether it's just a chair or a house full of furniture, Ride's Furniture and Flooring in Diedrich can help. Leisure Times at Keller and Jefferson at Effingham has everything you'll need for your indoor and outdoor recreational needs. Leisure Times, where we specialize in family fun.
Culver's of Effingham supports all local athletes. All teams, stop by in your uniform after the game for a free One Scoop Sundae.
Tom Henderson State Farm Insurance helps people manage the risk of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and help you realize your dreams. Contact Tom Henderson today.
The fourth quarter, they lead by 9, 42-33. They're working the ball in their offense. Langley has it. Now it's knocked loose. Pass is taken away by Brown. The freshman drives for the layup, and he gets it to go.
So he got the last bucket of the third quarter and the first of the fourth, and here come the Eagles.
Trailing now, 42-35. Palace brings it up court, gets to the top of the key, sends it to Harmeyer. Now to Wilkins. Dangerous pass. Good job by Jace Wilkins of meeting the pass. Now Langley has it top of the key. Drives in. Offensive foul as Smithson was set and drew the charge.
Yeah, I'm not really sure why Langley went on in like that. Because it cost him a foul, his third, and a turnover. And here come the Eagles again.
So just before the end of the third, South Central was up 11. Now it's a 7-point game, and Overlink tries to drive into the lane. And there's a hand check. And we'll go to the line for free throws.
Harmeyer got him. Brett Harmeyer's second. Still 1-1 this time.
Free throw on the way. 1-1 is up and good. Overlink has 6. Each team with 9 team fouls. And we just started the fourth quarter.
I know. Lots of foul shooting in this fourth period.
Overlink's hits them both. Makes it a 5-point game, 42-37. Harmeyer fires it to Langley. Now over to Hill. Hill on the dribble, gets across the timeline. Takes it all the way down to the left baseline. Now circles it back out top. Smithson with him the whole way. Now Hill falls down. The ball's knocked loose. They're diving all over the place. Ball is out of bounds. Palace had it when he skidded on the sideline as he and Smithson both dove for it. And Cole Smithson is slow getting up. He's going to tough it out and stay in there. It'll be St. Elmo ball on the Cougar turnover.
Eventually, that was a turnover.
Going to take a little time to mop up the perspiration. I'm sure there's a ton of it over there.
Third quarter stats, South Central was 4 for 10 for 40%, 5 of 8 from the line, 4 turnovers, 9 boards, 1 for 3 on threes. St. Elmo Brownstown 4 for 13 in the quarter, 3 for 5 from the line, 3 turnovers, 4 boards, and they missed all 4 of their threes.
Oberlink with it off of the inbounds, gets it out to Smithson. Smithson drives in the lane, runner off the glass too strong. Fiesel flew in there, but he couldn't keep himself inbounds as his momentum carried him out when he grabbed the rebound. So the shot from Smithson was no good. And then Fiesel did everything he could to get the rebound, but just couldn't keep himself in play.
Cougars need a bucket this trip.
Hill working it up court. Across the timeline, bumped by Smithson and a foul. So this might be how they get their points.
Smithson's second foul. And both teams are going to be double bonus the next foul by either team.
Here's the first one up, left it short for Hill. So it's still 42-37.
4-0 for the Eagles to start this fourth quarter. So Cougars needing something to happen here.
Here's the next one from Hill. That one's off the mark, and Fiesel snags another rebound.
6.
He gets it to Maxey, ahead to Brown, inside to Oberlink. Double team, hooked the shot up anyway, left it short. Rebound, Harmeyer saves it off of Smithson, and it'll go to the Cougars.
Good instincts.
Yeah.
Kid's got good instincts. Just does a lot right.
Harmeyer triggers the inbounds to Hill, has it knocked loose. It's out of bounds off of Hill in backcourt. Give it over to the Eagles. 4 early turnovers, barely a minute and a half into the fourth quarter, and Rick Simmons says we need to talk. 42-37 to score. A 30-second break. No, make it a full timeout.
Got to be. He's only got fulls left.
6:24 to play in this 5-point game. You're listening to the third-place game of the NTC tournament on 97.9 XFM.
Culver's of Effingham supports all local athletes. All teams, stop by in your uniform after the game for a free One Scoop Sundae.
Tom Henderson State Farm Insurance helps people manage the risk of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and help you realize your dreams. Contact Tom Henderson today. Morrill Shoes, Boots, and Repairs, your Tony Alman Red Wing dealer, congratulates all the teams and wishes them the best. Stop by and see Morrill's today. Martin's IGA Plus has everything you'll need to make a great meal, from certified Angus beef, fresh fruits and vegetables, and mouth-watering bakery items. Check us out at martinsiga.com.
.6:23 to play in this one. St. Elmo Brownstown trailing by 5. This is as close as they've been in a while, and they'd like to make it closer. Maxey out top. Man slips, drives into the lane. Maxey's shot no good, but a blocking foul whistled, and Maxey's going to the line for a couple.
Fouls on Pallas. That's his 4th. So he has 4. Langley has 3 when you're looking at South Central. Hardeman has 4, though, for SEB, and Oberlink 3.
Pallas is going to sit down. Dylan Brower comes in to replace him after Maxey missed the first of 2 free throws. Maxey's free throw. Left it short as well. Missed them both. Langley with the rebound, and he just fell down.
Well, he tripped over a foot.
Well, but I think it was his own. There was a couple of Eagles close, but either way, it's a turnover on Langley and the Cougars.
Okay. That's a long way from the play.
Here's the inbounds pass out top. It's batted away by Harmeyer, so now the Eagles will have to inbounds from the sideline. 6:06 to play in the fourth quarter. Smithson takes the inbounds pass, gets it to Oberlink on the right wing. Oberlink gets a screen from Fiesel. Now they swing it around. Brown, corner 3. Freshman shot no good. Smithson had the rebound. It was poked loose. Now they go to the floor. and a jump ball called, and we're going to stay with St. Elmo Brownstown once again.
Well, Smithson came down with that, and he ran into somebody. That's what caused that ball to come jarred loose. Then the jump.
Here's Maxey looking for the inbounds. His inbound pass batted loose, and it's out of bounds off of the Eagles. Again, South Central got a hand on that pass. Just the first turnover of the quarter for St. Elmo Brownstown, though.
Eagles are going to have to be thinking about a bounce pass to get that ball inbounded because they floated up in the air, and Cougars are getting up there and swatting it away.
Harmeyer looking to bring it up court, working on Brown. And he takes it to the right side, gets a screen from Langley, and a whistle and a foul.
Brown grabbed him. His second foul. Remember, it's 2 shots every time now, gang, regardless.
Nobody can accuse tournament officials of telling these referees to keep the games moving along by not blowing the whistle. We've had tons of fouls today.
We'd have blood if they hadn't.
That's true, too. Harmeyer's free throw off the mark, no good.
Well, somebody ought to make a foul shot here in a minute for either team.
Here's Harmeyer's second attempt. That one rattles out. Rebound, Fiesel. Outlet Maxey ahead to Smithson. He's blasting it up the left side. Shot up, around, no good. Rebound, Brown. How did he get in there and get that?
Rolled off the rim, did it?
Kicked it off to Oberlink. 3 on the way, no good. Langley a rebound. St. Elmo crashes trying to get to the board, and the Eagles pick up another personal.
The foul's on Fiesel. That's 3 on him. So let's wander down to the other end of the floor and shoot some more foul shots that nobody can make.
I believe between all 3 games today, every light on that foul board has been lit up at some point in time.
Guess how many shots from the field South Central's taken this quarter?
Well, probably none.
That's correct.
But they miss another free throw
as well. 0 for 5 from the line, 0 for 6 from... that one crawled out. Holy cow, 0 for 6 from the line.
Langley missed them both. Rebound, Fiesel again. He has it up court, gets into the lane, and he's bumped. So now St. Elmo Brownstown will try to get closer at the free throw line.
Gray Hill on the foul. He had some to give. That's just his second.
But Fiesel steps to the line for the Eagles.
Bet he'll make his, though.
Yeah, first one's nothing but net. He has 15.
He doesn't miss much. He's about the only one that's been rebounding for the Eagles, too. He's got 7 boards today.
That free throw off the mark. Rebound Langley. Clears it to Harmeyer.
Langley's got 8 rebounds.
Harmeyer working it up court against Brown. Now there's a bump and a foul. Oh, and now a technical foul.
Well, he threw the ball.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah. I bet you had your head down. Mm-hmm. When Brown got called for the foul, it wasn't like he slammed it, but he flung it back down the floor. That's subject to interpretation, but that's why the technical happened. Now, because he flung it at nobody in particular.
So 5:07 to play in the fourth quarter. It's a 4-point game, 42-38. Harmeyer at the line. He hits the first free throw. Gives him 12. Next one's up. That one's nothing but net. He has 13. Now here's the technical free throws. They're going to leave Harmeyer there. He just made 2. Why would you move him?
That's exactly what Rick Simmons is thinking.
He makes for that one. He has 14.
This is significant, man.
Yes. Free throw up. Rattles that one out. He goes 3 of 4 at the line, and now the Cougars get the ball back.
And they've got that 7-point lead back.
Brown's going to sit down. Kroll replaces him. Oberlink will get a break as Kyle Hardiman's back in.
I'm not saying I'm delighted that a technical was called. I'm saying that's why the technical was called. I'm not saying I agree. I'm just saying that's why it got called.
5 minutes to play in the contest. 45-38, and now we've got a moving screen whistled against the Cougars. It was off the ball. I didn't see it, but that was the call.
It wasn't Wilkins. He didn't have anybody with him. It's on, it's inside. It's on Brower. That's his third. And another Cougar turnover. Their 6th in the quarter.
Hardiman and Maxey play catch. Now they get it to Fiesel out top. A 7-point ball game. 4:45 to play. Smithson looks for Hardiman in the lane. Stops, leans in, shot up and good.
It's a wonder he could get the ball up over his head to shoot it.
Hardeman has his 4th point, makes it 45-40. It's a 5-point contest. Cougars have the ball. They have the lead. Hill gets it to Brower. Brower looks for Harmeyer. Harmeyer over to Wilkins. Wilkins to Langley. Langley holding at the elbow of the free throw line. Now puts it on the floor. Got it to Harmeyer out on the right wing. They send it across to Hill. He looks underneath. There's Brower. Layup. Good.
Rick Simmons called that. He said, go underneath. And they got the wide open layup. That's their first basket in the quarter, Matt.
Halfway through the 4th quarter, 47-40. Here's a 3 from Fiesel. It's off the mark. Kroll, though, an offensive rebound, sticks it up and in.
Oh, that's big. Nice putback.
So it's a 5-point game again, 47-42, 3:50 to play in the 4th. Harmeyer crosses the timeline.
Wheels are turning.
They get it to Hill, hounded by Smithson. Hill hasn't moved with it. Boy, that was a while, but they do get it inside to Langley now. Langley double team back to Breyer, shuffles it to Harmeyer, shot good, and he's fouled.
Well, that's a strong move by a kid who's not the strongest kid out there, but Harmeyer's taking care of business, man. Fouls on Kroll. He's got fouls to give. That's just Clayton's 2nd foul today.
But it's back to the 7-point lead for the Cougars. Could be 8 if he connects. Harmeyer's free throw around and out. Fiesel does claim the rebound for St. Elmo.
That's 8.
Gets it up to Maxey. He's going to drive in. Throws up a runner. Shot no good. Rebound Langley.
What that was about.
They look up court. They got it to Hill. Hill's going to try to penetrate, and he's bumped by Kroll.
Kroll's 3rd foul, closely following his 2nd.
So 3:17 on the clock. Time is definitely becoming an issue here, especially for SEB.
Crosby wins are 59-45, and then Altamont a 73-61 winner over Cowden Herrick in the early games today.
Hill's free throw is good. Give him 7, and it's a 49-42 ball game. Make it 50-42. That's right.
That's big for him. He missed a couple a minute ago.
8. Now that one's off the mark. Fiesel with another rebound. So it's
9.
An 8-point ball game.
I tell you what, South Central's not making their foul shots. They're letting SEB hang around.
Fiesel out top with the ball. Flips, maintain control, skip pass, made it to Kroll. Kroll stops and pops. Jumper from 15, no good. Hardeman, a rebound, flips it up. It's missed. There's Fiesel with another board. His put back around and out. This rebound taken down by Langley. His pass for Hill. Oh, Maxey tried to get in there and get a steal, but he got Hill on the arm, and it'll be free throws once again for Dre Hill.
Pardon me for the cough. Maxey's 3rd. We got big rebound numbers for kids. Fiesel's got 10 for SEB. Langley's got 10 for South Central.
Free throw on the way for Hill. That one rattles around and drops through. Dre has 8. Eagles send a pair of players in. Kroll is out. Oberlink comes in for Smithson. Lewis Brown returned for Kroll.
Boy, that gets it back to 9. This is a big foul shot here. It'll be 4-possession lead.
Free throw up. That's around and no good. Fiesel with another rebound. Outlet to Maxey, ahead to Brown. He's on the right side, looking inside Hardeman. He just turned and backed over Harmeyer.
And that's 5, man.
Yep.
Hill was it Harmeyer or Hill? I guess it's Harmeyer. So it's a big turnover, too.
So Hardeman will have to check out of the ball game with his 5th foul. Looks like Craig Fiesel is going to take some time to make his decision on who replaces him. Going to send in Colton Miller, the 5'11 sophomore, to provide a little more quickness on defense.
4 points, 5 rebounds for Hardeman today.
2:42 on the game clock. Inbounds goes to Brower, right back to Harmeyer.
Yeah, they want Harmeyer to have the ball here.
Harmeyer handles as he brings it up against Brown. Brown hassling him. They do get a pass to Wilkins, across to Langley. Langley underneath. There's Brower again. He's open for the layup, and he hits it.
Boy, they've been so successful on that cut. Man.
2:19 and counting, and South Central matches their largest lead of the night with 11, 53-42.
Once again, we've seen a team have a big deficit, and they've come back to take a big lead. Happened in our last game.
Oberlink drives into the lane, and there was a foul, and then he got hit on top of it. And
wow.
boy,
he went down hard and his contact got knocked loose. So he's trying to dig that out of his eye. And he still doesn't have it, he doesn't think. So he's telling everybody to stand still while he finds it.
Now he says he's good.
All right. Wow. Boy, he got hit a lick. And you're right. After the foul been called, then there was more collision. Foul, by the way, is on Harmeyer. His third for South Central.
So Oberlink's free throw is up and good. Brock has 8 in the ball game. Makes it 53-43. It's a 10-point contest with 2:07 to play.
Dietrich and St. Anthony, 7:30 tonight for the title.
Oberlink's free throw's no good, but Brown tracks down the rebound. Gets it to Oberlink. Back in the corner to Brown. The freshman gets it to Oberlink. He drives baseline. Cut off by Langley. Back out top to Brown. They look inside. What a bullet pass. Shot up. No good. Fight for the rebound. Fiesel has position, and he's fouled from behind. That shot by Colton Miller was no good after he got a bullet pass from Brown. But that created the opportunity for Fiesel to crash the boards.
Dre Hill got the foul here. That's his third. Hardly anybody has less than 3.
Landon Fiesel's free throw is good, and St. Elmo Brownstown loves the opportunity to score with a clock stop.
You bet. Now it's 3 possessions again because he got it down to 9 and 1 to come here.
Smithson in for Oberlink. Free throw on the way for Fiesel. That one's good again. He has 18.
And he now has 12 rebounds.
And now he knocked the ball loose. It's out of bounds. No. Saved in by Langley, but it goes to Smithson. The Fiesel layup good. Timeout taken by St. Elmo Brownstown. All of a sudden, it's a 6-point ball game with 1:45 to play in the contest. South Central leads 53-47. We'll be back in 30 seconds. High school hoops in the NTC on 97.9 XFM.
Stevens Industries, in business for 55 years and an employee-owned company, has produced a winning team and has job opportunities available from production office to the manufacturing floor.
Come see all the redesigned Chevrolet and Toyota models at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, located South Route 45 here in Effingham, or at danheck.com.
Within 6 after trailing by 11 just 30-40 seconds ago?
Yes. All these foul shots are making the time last a lot longer than normal, giving Eagles an opportunity to get back in this thing.
Cougars looking, finally get the ball inbounded to Brower, right back to Harmeyer.
That was smart.
Harmeyer ahead to Wilkins. Wilkins pushes it to Riley. Riley trapped in the corner, gets it back to Wilkins. They circle it to Harmeyer. 1:35 on the clock. Harmeyer hounded by Brown. They go to Brower. Brower got it safely to Wilkins. Wilkins pass is knocked loose, but Riley gets it back. Then a collision between Riley and Fiesel as they were both going for the ball.
Now Fiesel's checking the parts. He's looking at his nose. He says, I'm good. Thought there might be some blood. Landon gets the foul, his 4th. So the Cougars with some more foul shots.
Riley at the line. The free throw off the mark. No good.
Well, I'd say they're going to have some foul shooting practice at Farina. The gym will be busy with people shooting foul shots because, gosh, they could have put this game away a long time ago.
Palace replaces Brower for South Central. Flowers is back on the court. Free throw this time for Riley is good. So he has 4. It's 54-47.
Back to 3-possession lead.
Inside to Smithson. Smithson drives to the hoop, gets it out to Brown. 3 from the wing, it's off the mark. Rebound tipped and taken by Wilkins. Wilkins has it in the corner. Now it's stolen by Maxey, but as he got the steal, the ball bounced on the sideline as he picked it away, and it'll be off of St. Elmo. It'll stay with the Cougars. So Fiesel is going to check out because he has those 4 fouls, and they send Colton Miller in to replace him.
Greg will try and run him back in when the Eagles get the ball back.
Cougars looking to get it in. Dre Hill pops open. He's going to bring it across the timeline.
Eagles have 2 timeouts left, by the way, Matt. Cougars have just 1.
Hill handling out top. We're under a minute to play, and there's the foul.
Maxey's 4th.
So they'll try Hill at the line again.
Still a lot of time left.
7-point lead, though, for the Cougars. They just take care of business, they'll win. but that includes taking care of the ball and making free throws. Hill's free throw is short.
That's my point.
Here comes Feasel back in for Miller. So the Eagles are running with Brown, Flowers, Smithson, Maxey, and Feasel. Here's the free throw from Hill. That one is good. He goes 1 of 2 at the line. Give him 9, and it's 8-point contest. Now Maxey's pass is stolen, but Hill can't keep himself in bounds, so it'll stay with St. Elmo. Along the sideline, Flowers tries to trigger the inbound.
Knocked it away again.
And this time it's Palace knocking it loose. But again, it'll stay with the Eagles. Now Flowers looking to trigger the inbounds once again. Maxey catches, loads up, deep three, short. Oh, rebound Hill. Hill trying to dribble it out of trouble, leaves it with Wilkins. Wilkins is fouled in backcourt with 45 seconds to play. It's still 55-47, and now Wilkins could push it to 10.
Smithson on the foul. That's his third. I don't know if I've ever seen this many fouls.
It's a bunch. And nobody's fouled out yet, have they?
Nope.
Free throw for Wilkins, no good.
Goodness sakes.
So it's still an 8-point game, 45 seconds left.
Yes, Hardiman fouled out.
Okay, that's right. Free throw this time is good. So Wilkins goes 1 for 2.
They're making the second one.
Mm-hmm. Flowers open for 3. He'll pull the trigger. It's too strong. Rebound Hill. Hill
might have done it.
Yep, he's bumped by Brown. It's a 9-point game. If Hill can hit one of these two, I'd say that should be enough.
Lewis Brown's third foul. He didn't even play till the second half.
Oberlink's going to replace Brown. Here's Hill for 2 free throws. 37.2 seconds on the clock. 56-47 the score. Free throw is up. It's around, no good.
They seem to always miss the first one. And then get the second one.
If Hill can hit this one, he will be in double figures with 10. Free throw up, good. Pattern holds true. Hill with 10. It's a 10-point game. Maxey fires it ahead to Flowers. Flowers right back to Maxey. Left wing 3, too strong. Rebound, out of bounds. Last touch by the Eagles. Coming back in is Colton Miller, I'm sure, for Feasel. South Central will trigger the inbounds. Harmeyer has the honors. They get it to Hill. Hill brings it across the timeline, and he's fouled by Oberlink.
And that's his fourth foul. If you don't have 3 fouls, you haven't been in the game very long.
Not much.
Man, oh, man.
57-47, 24.9, but we wouldn't have all these fouls if South Central would have just made a few more free throws coming down the stretch.
Like that one.
And Hill hits the first one, which is kind of rare.
That's Hill's 11th foul shot of the quarter. Hill's 11th of the quarter.
Wow. And here comes the 12th. That one's good, so he hits them both. He has 12 points in the game. Makes it 59-47. It's a 12-point contest. Feasel on the left wing. Trying to get loose, can't find anybody. Now gets it to Maxey in the corner. Loads up for 3. Shot no good. Rebound loose. Harmeyer has it. That'll probably do it. 10 seconds left. St. Elmo Brownstown's not going to foul. They get it across the timeline. That's all the Cougars have to do to claim the third-place title of the 80th Annual National Trail Conference Tournament. They defeat St. Elmo Brownstown 59-47 as the Cougars improve to 9-13 on the season. The Eagles fall to 8-14 on the campaign. Rick Simmons' crew captures the third-place title. They started off the 6th seed in this tournament, so they move up to claim the third-place trophy.
Did you see South Central's record was?
According to this, they are now 9-13. Here's the presentation of the third-place trophy to the Cougars.
We look forward to seeing the rest of the season with you. Good luck in the upcoming weeks. South Central is not down to the defending champions. You have yourselves a nice tournament with the captains. Please come to the court and receive your third place trophy.
So the 6th seed gets a third place trophy. Pretty nice tournament for Rick Simmons and the Cougars. Number 6 finishes number 3.
So congratulations to the South Central Cougars on the 59-47 victory here in the third place game of the 80th annual NTC tournament.
Add to that, they were the 10 seed the first 2 years they were in the conference, the 6th seed this year, and they won the third place game. So that's quite an improvement.
And you probably heard during the presentation, they knocked off last year's champions on the way to getting into the third place game as well. So congratulations all the way around to the South Central Cougars. We'll take a break. We'll come back with some post-game stats from Greg Sapp. We'll see if we can talk with the coaches as well. You're listening to NTC Tournament Action on 97.9 XFM.
Bank anywhere, anytime with Go Mobile from Washington Savings Bank in Effingham. Good luck to all the teams at the National Trail Conference Tournament.
Brown's Drugstore at 115 West Jefferson Avenue in Effingham is more than just a pharmacy. Check out their Hallmark cards, gifts, healthcare needs, and more. Let our experienced employees at Wright Furniture help you with your furniture and accessory needs. Whether it's just a chair or a house full of furniture, Wright's Furniture and Flooring in Diedrich can help. Leisure Times at Keller and Jefferson at Effingham has everything you'll need for your indoor and outdoor recreational needs. Leisure Times, where we specialize in family fun.
Culver's of Effingham supports all local athletes. All teams, stop by in your uniform after the game for a free One Scoop Sundae.
Tom Henderson State Farm Insurance helps people manage the risk of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and help you realize your dreams. Contact Tom Henderson today.
Niemerg Steakhouse has been appreciatively serving Effingham and the surrounding communities for the past 36 years. Niemerg Steakhouse, proud supporters of the local and area high school sports. Russ Broniker Cadillac, Buick, and GMC, located on South Route 45 in Effingham, proud supporters of our local and area high school sports teams.
Then use that Napa know-how at your new Effingham Napa Auto Parts store. Get 5 quarts of Castrol GTX conventional motor oil plus Napa Silver oil filter for $21.99. Pick up Napa Full Synthetic motor oil for just $3.79 a quart. Napa Extended Life 50/50 antifreeze and coolant for $5.99 a gallon. This is all at your Napa Auto Parts store just south of the Banker Street overpass at 1201 South Banker in Effingham.
When a coach understands the player's strengths, developing a winning strategy is easy. That's also true with State Farm agent Tom Henderson. He knows your insurance and financial situation isn't exactly like anyone else's. But like a great coach, he helps you create a strategy to meet your individual needs. See State Farm agent Tom Henderson at 122 East Section in Effingham.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
The South Central Cougars claim the third-place trophy of the National Trail Conference Tournament. Coach Rick Simmons, how does that sound to you?
That sounds great to me. Really sounds good.
Tell you what, your kids earned it. They come out, they fought hard, and got a couple of real nice wins in this tournament. But at the beginning of the ball game, started off a little shaky.
Yeah, it was very shaky. I didn't know whether that was just nervousness. It's been a while since we played in a game in which you actually get a trophy. So that was part of it. Plus, I think just we might have been a little tired, coming back from last night.
Yeah, coming back with a quick turnaround, but your kids found their rhythm, and it looked to us from up here that it really started with pounding the ball inside and getting some points next to the bucket.
Yeah, we realized what we had. Our advantage, obviously, is we have some size and actually some thickness inside, and we knew we weren't going to be able to cut it just trying to go at them from the outside, so we got it inside, and it worked out for us.
And a lot of people played a lot of big roles in this ball game for your club. A lot of kids played some valuable minutes, especially with all the fouls that were called in this game.
It was very difficult, and in fact, almost impossible to get any kind of rhythm going or any kind of flow going offensively because every time you turned around, somebody was being fouled. And I got to say, legitimately, most of them were fouled, so I can't argue with that. So.
But the kids responded. A bunch of free throws. Probably would like to see a little better percentage coming down the stretch, but they did enough to get the victory.
Yeah, it was obvious we were tight. I told them as we went into this last quarter, I said, we played Altamont the other night. We had the lead. I said, we got too tight. I said, you just can't let that happen. And sure enough, that first 3 or 4 minutes, we were about as tight as could be. And then once we made 1 or 2, it kind of, the momentum build up a little bit, and then later on we got the right people there, so it worked out.
Nice to have the right people being able to take care of the ball and then knock down some free throws, and Brett Harmeyer really steps to the front of that list when you need, in my mind for your club at least, for somebody to take care of the ball and knock down some big shots.
Well, I don't remember exactly how far we were into that fourth quarter, but I'm looking up there and I'm seeing we haven't scored this quarter, and I'm thinking, here we go again. But fortunately, we got to the foul line, and Brad and Dre struggled. Even though he struggled, he managed to make enough, and we got the other kids there. And, that's what you want. You want to have the kids there that need to be there. And if we're going to sink or swim, we're going to sink or swim with those guys.
I believe Greg said you were perfect from the floor in the fourth quarter, but I think it was like 3 for 3 with all the free throws.
Yeah.
But those shots came from Dylan Brower out of your offense. He got a couple of nice looks at least underneath.
Yeah, we saw that they were really overplaying, and we knew that if we could run this offense and get our screen set, that we'd get the wide open shot or look to. And he came forward and finished the shots. Those are not easy shots. He comes up across underneath the basket there, and he manages to catch it and just take it right up and score.
He and Noah Pallas, a big part of the offense inside, along with Evan Langley, who scored 11 points, and he was a big part of the reason why your club was able to turn things around in that second quarter.
Well, we call the timeout, and we're down 10 points, and I'm thinking, all I can tell you is we need to run an offense. We need to find something we can run, and, our obvious choice was let's take the ball inside, and he got in there and done what he's capable of doing, so got the ball and finished it off.
Gavin Ratterman played some big minutes, especially in the first half. Really was a calming influence almost, it seemed, when he came in to help run the offense.
And the key thing there was just keeping a defensive matchup and make sure that Malachi didn't get open and whatever. And he's, you got to give Gavin is extremely quick. And he was. I think this is the first time in many, many games where he just was totally under control. A lot of times he tries to play a little too fast and doesn't, tries. Just speeds up entirely too much. He's not in the same flow. Tonight he was, today he just was. He did what he needed to do and stayed in the offensive rhythm and worked out.
Jace Wilkins, also another player, kind of setting up the offense, setting up teammates, and then playing some good defense too.
I got to give him credit. You're playing a team that's extremely hot, shooting the ball extremely well, and we're sitting there and we're thinking, well, what can we do? Well, let's take away this score maybe, and maybe hold this one down. We didn't figure we'd hold both of them down, but maybe hold one of them down and take our chances, and that's kind of what we did. I don't exactly know what each one have, but the fact of the matter is that they didn't get what they normally get.
And South Central came away with the win.
Yeah.
And congratulations on that, Coach, and a great week. It's always a pleasure talking with you and watching the kids play ball.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Coach Rick Simmons, nice enough to spend some time with us after his club claimed the third-place trophy of the National Trail Conference Tournament. And it looks like Greg Fiesel has made his way to the booth as well as the coach exchanged the headsets. And Coach Fiesel of the St. Elmo Brownstown Eagles steps into the booth. And, Coach, your team came out, looked like they were ready to go and fired up in that first quarter, but then things really turned there in that second period of action.
Yeah, I don't know. I told them 18-8. I said, nice defensive quarter. Now let's stop them even better. I guess I shouldn't have said that, because we just, for some reason, fell apart defensively. I mean, you can put the offensive woes all to the side, but you can't give up 22 points in a quarter. We didn't do that against some of the better teams. And, that was our faulting point right there. We just did not bring our defensive game that second quarter at all. And I don't know why.
Pretty much other than that, it was a hard-fought, even ball game throughout the contest, and the kids really battled, especially on the boards.
Yeah, I thought we rebounded pretty well. I mean, we have this year. We've rebounded well, but, I guess why we rebound people is we miss a lot of shots, too. But, the kids adapted. We tried to do a few things the second half, and we got some guys some looks. But, when they're in triangle two, it's not the first one we've ever seen, and we've adapted, but you got to have guys step up there around the elbows and shoot the ball. And these other two that's getting a man-to-man on them, they'll get their shots, and if they don't, fine. But somebody else got to step up and shoot it. And, we were settling for 15 to 25 footers, and really when the second half you watched how we started going to the basket more, and that's the adjustment we made at half.
The matchups, because of foul difficulties, became interesting at times, but a lot of players stepped up and played some valuable minutes for you, and it was good to see some of the youngsters step in and do a nice job.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not, I told Coach Becky and Coach Rohr, I said, we're going to have to come out of the second and put the best hustle team we can put out there because we weren't getting enough offense. We were trying to get some defensive stuff. We haven't showed our 2-2-1 all year. That's the first time we've ran it all year long. But just trying to throw something at them. And it did throw them some curveballs, but we would get them in spots to where we had them defended, and then we'd foul them. And, we just got to quit fouling so much. We just foul entirely too much.
And that was the case tonight where then you got put in a position where you had to foul.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, your kids never quit, never gave up on the ball game. And as a coach, that's something you have to look for.
Yeah, I mean, that's like we were talking after the game here to them, 3-4 weeks ago, this loss would have been uglier than this. I mean, we've turned the corner. These kids have grown up for us. It's just we're going to be a good team to reckon with. It's just for one thing, we didn't shoot the ball, and South Central's playing well. I don't, like I said, throw our record out, throw their record out. These teams are different than they were in November and December. Everybody is. And, so throw them out the window. These teams are playing like this right now. We're all got winning records.
And that's evident of the fact that they made it to the third and fourth place game above higher than each team's ranking.
I mean, we were talking there in our own tournament. We have two, we got a lot of teams here that was not playing well in our tournament. They turned out here and played well, we're one of them, and South Central definitely has, but these guys are young yet, and we'll keep battling. This just doesn't get any easier now. We got to go face, Diedrich again. So we'll see what happens there.
I think a lot of people will be looking forward to that rematch, and that could be a lot of fun in your regular season. But, Coach, we appreciate you spending some time with us, and good luck to you guys.
I do appreciate you guys covering this. I know it's a lot of work for you, but I do appreciate you guys.
Thanks a lot, Greg. Coach Fiesel of the St. Elmo Brownstown Eagles, nice enough to spend some time with us after the ball game. As his Eagles come up a little short this afternoon, they fall to South Central in the third place game, 59-47. I think Greg may have had enough time to get through all the stats.
It took 2 visits, though.
So let's send it over to him.
All right. Eye-popping stats. Again, the final was St. Elmo, Brownstown, and South Central doing battle here. South Central, the winner, 59-47. St. Elmo Brownstown, 28% from the field this afternoon, 17 of 60. How about this? SEB had twice as many shots as South Central, 60-30.
Wow.
But they had the same number of baskets. Think about that for a minute. SEB was 17 of 60 for 28%. South Central was 17 of 30 for 57%. Now from the line, it got even crazier. SEB was 13 of 21 for 62%. South Central went the line 44 times in this ballgame and made 23, 52%. But they still outscored SEB 23-13 at the line. SEB, 17 of 60 from the field, 13 of 21 from the line, 8 turnovers. That's a great number in a crazy game like this. 5 in the second half, 25 rebounds, 15 in the second half, and another killer for the Eagles. You see them on a regular basis, 0 for 16 on threes.
Yeah.
What are you going to do with that? South Central, 57%, as we said, from the field, 17 of 30, 23 of 44 from the line. They went the line 25 times in the fourth quarter. And they finished 23 of 44 for 52%. 19 turnovers, 11 in the second half, 7 in the fourth quarter, and they still won the game. They did outboard SEB 35-25 this afternoon, and that's after SEB had a 9-6 rebound edge in the first quarter.
Yep.
But South Central outboarded them 35-25 on the day. South Central put up just 5 threes, but they made 2 of them for 40%. Just crazy stats. Now, individually, quickly, for SEB, JoJo Maxey was 1 for 11 from the field. I don't know if I've ever seen him have a day like that. 2 for 6 from the line. Finished with 4 points and a rebound. Brock Oberlink, 2 for 6 from the field, 4 for 5 from the line. He finished with 8 points and a rebound. Landon Fiesel, 6 out of 12 from the field, 7 of 8 from the line. He had 12 rebounds and 19 points. That lad can play some basketball. Cole Smithson, 2 of 8 from the field for 4 points. Kyle Hardiman, 2 of 7 from the field, 0 for 2 from the line, 5 rebounds, 4 points. Clayton Kroll made a basket in 4 shots, had a rebound to go with his 2 points. Dylan Brooks missed a shot. Noah Flowers, 1 for 5, had 2 rebounds to go with 2 points. Brendan Knoll missed a shot. Lewis Brown, 2 for 4 from the field, 2 boards to go with 4 points. And Colton Miller had a rebound, missed a shot. 16, 4, 13, and 14 for SEB's 47 points are now 8 and 14. For South Central, a lot of trips to the line. Brett Harmeyer, 4 of 6 from the field, including a 3. 6 of 11 from the line, 5 rebounds to go with 16 points. Jace Wilkins made his only shot from the field. He was 2 for 4 from the line, had 3 rebounds to go with 4 points. Noah Pallas, 1 for 3 from the field, 3 for 4 from the line, had 7 rebounds to go with 5 points. Dre Hill, 3 for 6 from the field, 6 for 12 from the line. That was all in the fourth quarter, all those foul shots. 6 for 12 from the line. He had 5 rebounds to go with 12 points. Chase Riley, 4 for 6 from the line for 4 points. Dylan Brower, 1 for 2 from the field, 1 for 2 from the line, 3 rebounds, 3 points. Evan Langley, 6 of 10 from the field, 1 for 5 from the line, had 10 rebounds to go with 13 points. And Gavin Rauterman, 1 for 2 from the field, 2 rebounds to go with his 2 points. And I believe those 8 went the distance for South Central. 8, 20, 14, and 17 for South Central's 59 points. They win it. South Central 59, SEB 47. Quite a third-place game.
Really was an interesting day of basketball all throughout, as in the opening game it was Stu Straws over Windsor, and the final time those two legendary rivals will match up against each other before consolidation next year with their basketball program. Stu Straws got the win 59-45. Then in the consolation championship, Altamont won their 15th consolation title. That's the most in tournament history for consolation championships. They got the win over Cowden Herrick 73-61. in a game that we thought had a lot of fouls and a lot of free throws. And then we saw a game that had a lot of fouls and a lot of free throws.
Might have set the standard.
South Central with the win in this third-place game, 59-47. And, Greg, I hope you don't have any plans tonight. I think we should do another game.
Fine. Let's. Since we're here, they're awfully nice to us here at Altamont. Let's just stay and do another game.
All right. I think the championship game should be a blast. Again, the doors will open at 6:45 for a 7:30 tip, as Dietrich will take on St. Anthony. And if you've never had an opportunity to come over to Altamont and watch a championship game, this would be a great night to do it, as the 1 and the 2 seed will square off, and it should be potential to be a lot of fun.
The only seeds that held in this crazy
pretty
week.
Much.
But 1 and 2, they got that right. So they're playing for the title tonight. Dietrich and St. Anthony. Game time 7:30. You can hear it on 97.9 XFM and, of course, 97.9XFM.com. Live audio and video streaming of tonight's championship game along with the other 13 games this week. So for Wayne, a wonderful job, Brian, back at the studios. Thank you. We didn't give you a chance to run through the scoreboard. Brian, let me do that really quickly. Get your headphones on there and give us what scores you have, would you, sir?
All right, guys. Yeah, I got a few here for you. High school girls basketball from earlier today. St. Anthony loses a tough one to Paris in overtime, 50-47. Junior high school boys basketball, Class A2A, St. Elmo Regional. It was Altamont over Dietrich, 38-15. Oblong over Neoga, 41-32. Class 8-3A Robinson Nuttall Regional. It was Casey Westfield over Cumberland, 45-35. Jasper County over Marshall, 42-33. And Robinson Nuttall, 42. Lawrenceville Parkview, 30. Class 8-4A Effingham Regional, Mattoon Downs Charleston, 34-20. And Danville Southview, 40. Tolono Unity, 16. Of course, the Illini got a win today, got by Penn State, and I just lost that. So I think it was 60-58. Yeah, that's why I thought, okay. And actually, that's all the scores I got, guys.
Thank you, Brian. Great job as always. For Brian, for Wayne and friends, and for Matt, and for Courtney.
Yeah.
I'm Greg Sapp. Took all of those people to get these 3 games on today. Back with the championship tonight at 7:30 at Dietrich and St. Anthony, right here on 97.9 XFM. Good afternoon, everybody.